How's it going, tourists, brothers, aliens, and whatnot? Today I'm going to be going over another nostalgia game in another episode of Gaming Memories. And so today, the game that I have here is another one of my favorites, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Oh my word, I loved this game as a kid. It blew my mind when I first heard about it. All my favorite Nintendo characters, okay? They're coming together and they're fighting. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Like, seriously, just think about it from a fresh perspective. Think you've never heard about it, because now the Super Smash Bros. Franchise is really growing. Super Smash Bros. 4 already out for the 3DS, coming out for Wii U soon. But this was, for many people and for myself, the first Super Smash Bros. Game they ever played and were introduced to. And it remains my favorite to this day. I mean, Smash 64, it's okay. It's still a Super Smash Bros. Game. It's not. I don't feel like the controls are as tight. I don't really like the scheme as much. And Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I feel like they lost that quick feel of just straight up combat. The items, I feel, influence the fight a lot more than they did in the original. And even if you play without items, I feel like there's a lot more of a competitive edge in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Not to say the other two are bad games, but I just really love Super Smash Bros. Melee. And maybe this is because of my bias. Maybe this is because I just loved this game so much as a kid. I mean, I would come home, I would bolt home from school. Once I got off that bus, I would bolt home. I'd be like, Mom, I'm gonna play Super Smash Bros. She'd be like, No, do your homework. So I would do my homework, and then I would play Super Smash Bros. And yeah, that's what I did. So when I would play, what I would try to do was get my friends together to play with me. But I never lived around people my age as a kid. I was like, at the time, 6, 7. I didn't really live around anybody my age. Everybody was like 13, 14. They're giants to me. So I'm just like, okay. But I still played with them. And they were way better than me, because they all had GameCubes of their own. They all played this game too. And so I play against them, and they would beat me up. So that made me mad. That really got me going, and I wanted to elevate myself to their level so I could compete with them. So what I did, I just played the game. I would fight against, so I would start out fighting level 5 CPUs, because that's like the best I could do. And they're honestly pretty hard still. But yeah, and I would keep going up until I could face level 9s. And I'm like, I could probably do better. So I started facing 2 level 9s. Okay, and I started eventually being able to beat them. And 3 level 9s. I still can't do that to this day consistently. I might be able to get lucky and beat them, but it's still really hard to beat 3 level 9s. But yeah, I'm pretty good at the game today. I'm not incredibly good. I don't know those crazy maneuvers that you watch in the tournaments, but I'm pretty decent at the game. But I think that all comes from me loving the game so much as a kid. So my favorite character to play as, that's a tough one, because I would just cycle around with everybody I played as. But today my favorite person to play as has to be Marth. I love the idea of Marth just with the sword. He doesn't have any of that other stuff. Like Mario has his cape, his fireballs. Link has all his items. And most of the characters have various things they fight with. But he's just a pure swordsman. All his moves involve his sword. Which I just love, that he's just the skill type person, whereas the rest have to use their items and powers and stuff like that. But yeah, I just really love Marth. This would be my second copy of the game I've ever owned. The first one just got scratched to death. That's a big issue with a lot of my old GameCube games. I had no idea what I was doing. I would just take the games out, I would take them out, and then I would just put them down face first, which now I know is bad for the games. But I had no idea back then, as I think a lot of other kids did. And this was easier for kids growing up in the N64 cartridge era, or even the NES or SNES, because you didn't have to worry about scratching. The cartridges would stay fresh. But now for kids growing up with the discs, they have to be careful with their games. And so that kind of adds a whole new element of being protective of them and liking them and being attached to them. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. So thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like, a comment, and a subscription to my channel. I'd love to have some new tourists around, and I will see you later.